Dear friends and viewers, today in this episode of Tech Talk, I am explaining in brief the meaning of fraud triangle and fraud diamond. Now, for every fraud, be it a tax fraud, money laundering, financial reporting fraud, capital market fraud, or something to do with narcotics, drugs, terrorist financing, any type of fraud, there are important areas which the forensic auditor has to consider. The concept of fraud triangle was introduced to us not by an accountant or by a lawyer, but by a professional of a different genre. Criminologist Donald Crasset introduced this concept of fraud triangle. A triangle has three vertices, three edges. Similarly, in case of a fraud triangle, there are three important points to be considered. First is a person perpetrating fraud will have an incentive or a motive to commit the fraud. The second point is that the person will find an opportunity. Opportunity could be in the form of weak internal controls. And the third point in the triangle is that the person will try to rationalize or justify. So rationalization is the third point in the triangle. Incentive or motive, the first point. Rationalization is the third point, and the second point is the opportunity. So this is how the fraud triangle works. What is the fraud diamond? The fraud diamond is absolutely similar to the fraud triangle, but one additional point has to be added, and that is the concept of capability. So there are 4 points in a fraud diamond. The person who is committing fraud will first think of an incentive or a motive to commit the fraud, which could be financial or non-financial motive. Second is definitely the person looks for an opportunity and opening, a weak internal control to exploit. The third is rationalization or justification. And the fourth, the additional point in the fraud diamond is capability. Not every person is capable of committing fraud. It requires understanding of business process. It requires understanding of information technology systems. And the person should be conversant with the existing internal controls, the gaps, and it has been observed that people who perpetrate fraud are great speakers, they have huge egos, and they can communicate and persuade well. They can go on lying to different agencies, to different people without getting detected. So the capability here means mental capability, the behavioral symptoms, the signs, the attributes, and last but not the least is the position. If a person is in the top management, in the board, a CEO for example, a president of a company, this is ideal for committing fraud. Why? Because the person has a position of authority, a position of responsibility, and can influence decision making in the company. This is the concept of fraud triangle and fraud diamond: incentive or motive, opportunity, rationalization, and last but not the least, capability. Hope you understood it. We'll come back with more videos on forensic audit. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.